In the picturesque town of Hollowbrook, there was a legend that every resident knew but seldom spoke of. The legend of the eternal jogger. They said that every Halloween night, just as the sun began to set and the first trick-or-treaters began their rounds, a mysterious figure could be seen jogging through the town. The figure was described as an elderly man, dressed in vintage workout gear from the 70s. His sneakers were worn out, his sweatbands yellowed with age, and his breath visible in the chilly air. Yet, despite his old age, he ran with a fervor that could match any young athlete. Every year, children would dare each other to approach him, but those who tried found themselves unable to move, as if frozen by an unseen force. All they could do was watch as he jogged past them, his gaze fixed straight ahead, never acknowledging anyone. Mrs. Eleanor, an octogenarian who had lived in Hollowbrook her entire life, once told a story of her own encounter with the eternal jogger. When she was a young girl, she had gathered the courage to approach him. As she did, she heard him mutter a single phrase over and over. "One more lap, just one more lap." Curiosity piqued, she researched the town's archives and discovered a tragic story. In the late 1970s, an elderly man named Mr. Gilbert had lived in Hollowbrook. Widowed and childless, he had taken up jogging as a way to cope with his loneliness. Every evening, he would tell his neighbors, "One more lap around the town and then I'll call it a day." However, one fateful Halloween night, he never returned from his jog. His disappearance remained a mystery, as no one could find any trace of him. The legend said that Mr. Gilbert's spirit was cursed to jog eternally, forever trying to complete that one last lap. One Halloween, a young boy named Timmy, known for his bravery, decided he would end the curse of the eternal jogger. He waited at the town's entrance, and as the jogger approached, Timmy bravely stepped in his path. He held out a candy bar, the very kind that Mr. Gilbert was known to love in his lifetime. The jogger stopped, a first in the history of the legend. He turned his gaze to Timmy and the candy. Tears streamed down his face as he took the candy, whispering, "Thank you." With that, he vanished, leaving behind only the echo of his footsteps. From that day on, the eternal jogger was never seen again on Halloween. The town of Hollowbrook remembered him not as a ghostly figure, but as a symbol of perseverance, loneliness, and the hope that one act of kindness could break even the strongest of curses.